What's up, people? It's your girl Adiola. So Nigerians have completely failed me this time around. When more than 200 girls were kidnapped, you know that more people protested outside Nigeria than Nigerians in Nigeria. What happened after that? It's been 9 months. Life goes on as usual. But how in the world would 2,000 people be slaughtered in one day? One day. And Nigerians are not out on the streets to get our leaders to do something? Even if the labor union has been bought over. Schools, universities, student unions by now should be protesting. What is wrong with us? If increasing the price of petrol can make us make so much noise and go out to protest, the slaughtering of 2,000 people should cause a revolution in Nigeria. Oh yeah, I forgot. We are not directly affected. They are not in Lagos yet. Yes? Yeah, they are not in Lagos. So we could care less, you know? That has always been our attitude in Nigeria. The same way we don't care about what happened during Biafra. I'm talking about Nigeria's civil war. In fact, it is rarely mentioned in school that more than 1 million Nigerians died in an act of genocide in Nigeria. We didn't care then and we don't care now. 16 villages were burnt down. Amnesty International said they've never seen anything of this magnitude. They released the satellite images of the before and after pictures saying that at least 3,700 homes were burnt down. 3,000! So it's possible that the casualty will be more than 2,000 if they burnt down 3,700 homes. This was an operation that took hours. I mean, a lot of people could have been rescued because Boko Haram took their time. Yet, the Nigerian Defense Headquarters said that only 150 people were killed and that most of them were Boko Haram members, killed by soldiers. Yeah.
Who is fooling who actually?
Thank you so much. I was just about to say that. We don't have pictures right now because Boko Haram is still in control of those areas. But if they burnt down 16 villages, let's assume that 100 people were killed in each village. That's already 1,600 people. And guess what? The number doesn't even matter. Even if it's 150 Nigerians that were killed, they should not have said only 150, only as if that makes it better. Where are the Nigerian celebrities? They won't say anything right now. Later they will say they want to run for office. Our musicians, even if you don't sing about what's going on, which you should, at least speak out. Condemn this I don't care attitude that our leaders have. Can you imagine that our president released a statement condemning the terrorist attack in France where 17 people were killed without saying a word about the 2,000 people that were killed in his own country? Yeah, and the whole world is watching. So when people insult us, please don't take offense.
That good look and his good look or good luck or whatever the name or bad luck, I don't know. He's quick to release a statement about the killing of Paris and don't say anything about the killings in his own country. That is an irresponsible, leadership. We are really saddened by what is happening in Nigeria.
The man is right. This is ridiculous. 17 people died in France and 3.7 million people marched in protest. Oh, by the way, the presidents of Mali, Niger, Togo, Benin, Gabon, and Senegal, they all went to France, 6 of them, to partake in this march against terrorism. I'm like, am I missing something? Some of these guys are terrorizing their own people. Gabon's president, Ali Bongo, is a tyrant whose father was also president for 30 years, 3 decades. Togolese president, Nasibe, I talked about him before. He arrests protesters in his own country. He's been in power for 10 years, and his father was also president for 38 years. 38, almost 4 decades. These men harass their own people, yet they are condemning the killing of 17 people in France. Never mind. I completely forgot that these guys are puppets in the hands of France. So they probably went for a roll call. Sure, you understand? Yeah, the master says come. And they go. Anyway, back to Nigeria. If Jonathan is not saying anything, what about Buhari? How come he's also not saying anything? Why has he not visited the victims of Boko Haram? The man is even from the north. What is it? The man released a statement, but you were supposed to show me things like this before I come out here to make a fool of myself. Get your ass together. I'm paying you to make me look good. What is wrong with you? Speaking of elections, both candidates have been traveling everywhere, trying to tell people why they should vote for them, which is great. And in fact, Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan went to Borno and Yobe State. I'm talking about Boko Haram territories. And I really commend him for that. No matter what people say, my God, trust me, it's the right thing to do. And I'm sure that a lot of people agree with with me. Nice one on the visit to Borno State. Yes, however, dear President Jonathan, you are some months late. Haba, Nigerians, cut the man some slack now. This man is trying. No, honestly, why is it so hard to please you guys now? At least he went. What is the hashtag for the Borno visit of President Jonathan? I don't want to lose election, desperate for votes, or I was sleeping. Tolu Ogulesi. How many times did I call your name? Emeta. God knows your house number, my brother. What is this now? Mind yourself. No, I don't like this kind of disrespect. I don't know why Nigerians are not impressed that President Jonathan went to Borno State a month to the election. I'm impressed, and that is all that matters. Carry go, my yoga. Another thing Mr. President has done, which I really commend, is that he just released 5.7 billion naira for the victims of the 2011 post-election violence. And how many years did it take him? 12, 13, 14, 15? 4 years. I mean, it took him 4 years, but better late than never. What are people saying? I hate to say this about my president, but I think that something must be wrong with this man. I think I have to give you a lecture on the kinds of comments that you would be giving to me to read on this show. How many times have I warned you, this person doesn't even know what we are talking about. Campaign 2015 started bribing the state. Actually, I can't blame this person because most of the states that he gave the money to are northern states, except Akwa Ibom. We're talking about states like Adamawa, Bauchi, Jigawa, Katsina, Kano, Niger, Sokoto, and Zamfara states, where most people may not want to vote for Mr. Jonathan, which is why a lot of people are expressing their concerns that is this money really for the violence that happened in 2011 because he could have given it out since 2011, or is it trying to buy votes? I mean, this is not me. This is what people are saying, and you know that a lot of people, they talk too much. And speaking of the 2011 election violence, you know that many people believe that it was perpetrated by General Buhari. I touched on it last week, but then about 10 people sent me this video that I'm about to show you.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere.
Post-election violence erupted in the mainly Muslim north, but Buhari
wanna drown my sorrow.
So, of course, the video was well put together with the message that Buhari instigated violence and that people should not vote for him. The first thing you should note in the video is that the arrow that Buhari was holding, or was it a pen or something, I don't remember, is the logo of his party at the time, CPC. It's like me holding umbrella now, as you know, I'm a member of PDP. I like to be with my president. So it's like me holding an umbrella now, or an APC member holding a broom. So whatever he was holding that day has nothing to do with what he said. And then the second thing you should know is what he actually said. Keep in mind that Buhari was speaking in Hausa that day, and whoever released this video, this is how they translated it. Firstly, you must register. Come out and vote. You guide, protect, escort to the collation center, and wait till the result is counted. And then he said the Hausa proverb that I mentioned last week, please don't make fun of me, Kari Jini Biri Jini. So he said that, and that's what they translated as, anyone who stops you, kill them. But then I spoke with some Hausa people, and so many people sent me their translations. Listen to this. You should cast your votes. Protect and guide the votes. By that he meant at the polling units. Escort the votes, meaning that they should go to the INEC office and wait for the results. And then prevent, deny, repel whoever tries to tamper with the process. Again, I'm just presenting you guys with facts. Whatever you decide to do with it, that's your decision. And keep in mind, this was before the election. He didn't know then whether he would win or lose. As a matter of fact, he was really convinced that he would win then. So if you were hoping that you would win an election, why would you say they should go and kill people? But you know, one thing I didn't like about this video is the fact that they cut out some things.
Post-election violence erupted in the mainly Muslim north, but Buhari
wanna drown my...
Wait a minute, something has been taken out. Call it a war, you have the original copy, right?
Post-election violence erupted in the mainly Muslim north, but Buhari is urging people to stay calm and to obey all laws.
Why do you think that these people, whoever put up this video, won't want the world to know that Buhari was calling for order while the violence was going on?
In the last 24 hours, there has been a spate of violence across certain parts of the country. This has included the burning of churches, and is a sad, unfortunate, and totally unwarranted development. I must say that this is a criminal act that is not initiated by any of our supporters, and cannot therefore be supported by our party. I would therefore like to seize this opportunity to dissociate myself and the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, from any such act. I must emphasize that what is happening is not ethnic, religious, or regional.
Why wouldn't they want people to know? Oh, yeah, because they're the ones telling people that Buhari was the one that instigated it.
I want people to make sure their votes count. When they vote, first they make sure they vote. As we are saying now, get the permanent voters card. Make sure you vote. Make sure I say around your vote counts. That's all what it means.
So you may ask me, why would people resort to violence if he didn't instigate it? Well, because many people believe that Buhari won that election of 2011, but that INEC rigged it. As a matter of fact, there are evidence that Buhari's vote counts in 2011 were cut down 40% by INEC. Buhari went to INEC and said to them, there has been evidence that this election has been rigged. And then INEC said to him, don't worry, we'll take a look at this. And the very next day, they declared Jonathan as the winner. That was when the violence started, which I totally condemn. No matter how much you like Buhari, killing people doesn't justify anything. And please, my people, if we can learn something from what has happened in the past, whoever wins in this coming election, please don't let us resort to violence. Please, no matter who you support. Some youth in Jos recently burnt down President Jonathan's campaign vehicles. I mean, this doesn't achieve anything. By the way, these were PDP youth. So, Mr. Deno Omokri, you need to stop all these lies that you are telling on Twitter. Stop deceiving people. These guys were protesting because their PDP Governor Jang, was trying to impose a candidate on them. I know that there's a video of them saying that they won Buhari on YouTube. That's true. Yeah, you can watch the video. But ask anybody that lives in Jos, they will tell you that these were PDP members that were tired of how things are being done in their party. And despite the fact that these were PDP thugs, Buhari came out and condemned it. To be sincere, I feel really bad for President Jonathan and how he's been running up and down. If he had done the right thing, if he had done well this first time, this would have been the easiest election for him to win without having to visit kings, rulers, or Obasanjo. And is it true that Obasanjo said that if Jonathan wants to see him, Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Oyedepo must be present? Hey! Now, wow, Baba Iyabo. Hey, Buhari also went to see Obasanjo. Why is everybody going to see Obasanjo now? You know that I also want to be first lady someday. Does that mean I will also have to go and see Obasanjo? What is going on? Just imagine these people. And what is this, my friend? What is the meaning of this? Take it down. Take it down. What is wrong with you now? You don't say that an elderly person like. There's the way you present things with respect. With respect. Children of nowadays. They have no respect. Anyway, my people, what Koledowo was trying to say is that, is it possible for somebody to make sure that President Jonathan sticks to the speeches they've written for him whenever he's doing this campaign thing? Because honestly, it's not good to let the man loose like that. As in, to let him, just run his mouth. I'm not trying to insult him. I'm just trying to say that he needs to stick to papers. Because, some of what he's saying, he's making some people not want to vote for him. And I'm here trying day and night to get people to vote for Mr. President. Why would he go and say something like this?
Somebody who wakes up and telling young people of 23 years old that he wants to fight insecurity, ask him, when he was the head of government, did he buy one rifle for a Nigerian soldier? These people did not buy anything for the Nigerian soldiers. They refuse to equip them. Everything dead, no attack helicopters, no nothing.
You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we found out that according to records, more weapons were purchased for the Nigerian army during Buhari's time in office. Buhari spent 18 months, by the way, and he purchased more weapons than any other time in Nigeria. It is a public record. Anybody can find this information. Just go on this website. So it is a public information, which Mr. President should know, by the way, before, saying something. But, nobody would have known if Mr. President didn't say what he said.
No country equip armed forces overnight because what they use are quite expensive. Armed forces are built over the years.
That's okay. You like too much trouble. Anyway, the man also said that he will minimize terrorism if he's re-elected. Che! My Oga. First of all, I'm not sure if the word minimize is what people want to hear right now in Nigeria. I think they are looking for words like eradicate, completely eradicate. Remember that we used to have this terrorist group called Maitasini, which Buhari eradicated when he was head of state. So it is possible to eradicate Boko Haram. Secondly, why do you need to wait for the election, sir? Before you will minimize stroke eradicate Boko Haram. And for Buhari, how do you forget the name of your running mate? Mayoga, see, the moment you decide to run for office, there are some names that you have to get done once and for all.
My vice presidential candidate, Professor Yemi Osunbade.
No, seriously, that shouldn't be happening. How can you forget the name of your running mates now? I know that some of you are also having problem with the man's last name. Some of you are saying Osinbajo. It is Osinbajo, But honestly, I could care less whether Buhari knows how to pronounce the man's name or not. What I care about is, can he do the job? Shikina. You guys know that I don't know anything, Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.